the true voice of the people.
Radio Democracy, supported by Asiwa and powered by Africell.
From a New Englandville studio, good morning and welcome to another edition of the program Good Morning Salon for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today is Thursday, August 6, 2020. We will bring the program come to you this Thursday morning. My name is Sapti Yukalon.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Inside this Thursday edition of the program Good Morning Salon, President Julius Madabiodo asked board member them na the National Sports Authority for put planning together we go make young people get to work na the sports sector. Justice Cosmos Tina Jarrett Dongi 500 million loan self-bail each to Abubakar Darami and first-time Mayor Haba George Williams, we be done at the Male Correctional Center from October 2019. And at the program this morning, the Director of Budget at the Ministry of Finance, Tassima Jah, they can't talk about the 2020 supplementary budget where Parliament be done agree for.
Well, this plus other story them day for you inside the program, plus the head of media and the Salon Police. Superintendent Brema Kamara say, police do arrest the manager for the Diamond Lodge Hotel Nakono. Also, they allege say Nadim Muhammad Kamarimba Mansari be go commit sexual penetration from one 15-year-old girl Pekin. Members say they listen we live on www.gedudemocracy.sl. They also listen we live from Radio Shalom 89.5 Nakoina Dugu, Radio Malen 88.5 and Radio 1 Jena Pujon District 101.1. Radio Colinton 90.0 Nakambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kailaon District and Voice of Karine 98.0 na Karine District. The program na Good Morning Salon. You can send your message or comments to the number 077 981 981.
The first issue we look at the program this morning na outside the head of police media and public relations na the Salon Police Superintendent Brema Kamara don't say the fake dollar them where they don't feel not say they now na the country go for affect businessman them and save the economy. We talk this for sake of concern where the Salon Police guests for sake of where they don't feel not say fake dollar they don't begin come back na Salon. Well, he explain more inside this interview with Theodore Arena.
Well, it happens say we get tip off about one address feature we get for do with giving information say something that happened there. And this place now called it Billet Street, number 33, na Godrich, 7 Battalion. So police go there early in the morning of Thursday, by then 2 to 3 in the morning, together with the military. And after some search, we found out say we able for retrieve so much money we get for do it when a fake United States dollars. We see the machine the way chemical substance and all the rest of it way. Then they say that they use for making them money that day, and then we get all come to police station. So the investigation they continue.
Okay, so how alarming this be to the country?
Very alarming in the sense that when you pump money the way in a fake money inside the economy, you get the potential for create a lot of problem. You know, say for example, somebody we know we normally call unsuspecting member. He go do business with somebody we get fake dollar, he buy boku, and then he move for go do another business. They can find us not fake. That problem na police have to come back. You know, they come back na police for can say this person still give me fake dollar and so on and so forth. So instead of wait for their problem and come now we they inform the public proactively say now this we don't suspect say they happen, and so we they call on members of the public for let them take extra care, maximum precaution within the transact or when they do business with somebody where they deal with dollar. You understand? Whether na of whatever source, pass na dollar. Make sure say you take the greatest precaution so that at the end of the day they know we will pass them fake money there to you. If they passing to you, then you get yourself for blame. And that make we the police transparently and openly we don't come out and say, now this we don't notice, now this we don't know say they happen. Based on that one way we go discover another place, we don't know now say them people them don't make that kind of fake money as well.
So how we meet this money so we go do this reading?
Someday where you see like we're not where they see you see you know say this is genuine. These guys are very smart. We go see bundles. Where sometimes this bundle say put in totality na $10,000 by the bundle how we dey, you understand? But if one way we see pantap na clean currency. You have the button na clean currency, you understand? But and it's still inside plastic. But when you make attempt to open them, you find out that only that one currency they pantap without the bottom. And then all other na white paper, blank white paper. But that thing is so neatly cut. That you know the for no self. You could just take them back. You just accept it. So in case somebody can't transact with you, you don't see the clean dollar or whatever. You okay? You could just pass them on by bundle, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Understand? Well, at the end of it, if you go open and self even, you could see say now only 2 days away clear. All of them are blank white paper.
Earlier this year, the bank governor been say people not for do dollar business black market, and then fake dollar there so not go pass through the bank, but it go pass through them black market. One way go the list we go once for know how the police don't they work with the bank in terms of this policy.
Well, we the police because of the job we they give support to ministries, departments, and agencies. Early this year, like how you put we get some kind of agreement with the bank. We worked with the governor, we worked with the administration of the bank for make sure say this black market thing where then we come out with a policy say for happen and we help for enforcer. And you see now, the first time we see they pass somebody they display dollar openly for change. I know that happen again, now because when we see you, we will arrest you. And so we work with them for make sure say that law they all water. If you operate now, pass sometimes you don't buy secret or that open market with them they do where they come somebody they even law you, come change to me, can't change to me. They see that happen again Afriton or elsewhere because we believe in supporting MDAs. If the Bank of Sierra Leone way now them they regulate money business, they don't tell you say people not for trade in black market, especially when it comes to dollars or we come to other foreign currencies. Now we are responsible for enforcer.
What are the implication where this get to the people and the economy?
The implication now that we get the potential for money we're not supposed to circulate in circulation. When money not supposed to circulate, they in circulation, especially at the market, they disturb the market. The one that we do economics, we study economics, they don't know it now what they mean. We get too much money, we float at the market, especially the one that we counterfeit money then. We disturb the economy, we disturb people to do business, and then you get some kind of potential hardship because somebody don't go take all in loans we get, you don't go purchase, say you don't buy dollar for go do business. They can't turn out for me say fake. You don't disturb in business completely, don't collapse in business. And then whatever be, they go say we're not police. Then the police go for come in again, for can't continue for come waste a lot of stationery and waste a lot of other resources for find out who don't be doing, who don't not do. So now we get the information, we try for me to put them out for at least we caution people for let them take them time. Not just to rush into business.
Earlier on you make mention say Unami raid a particular place by 7 battalion. Why is Unami they do this raiding? Unami able for make any arrest?
Well, one person be for arrest, they work for AK security company, but we try now, what you try for doing now, for let we see whether you get business with the people, or you get business with where we go meet them in a counterfeit currency, or whether they work with they go come on, you understand? So now we meet. So sometimes we go for tell you about the people whether you see them there, because even in business registration certificate, we meet them there all too. We take them and come with our police station where they show like now a business where they function at the outside, but what they do under and we get for do to business. All around will be a camp and a police station. So now we will meet today, whether you know or you don't know. We'll be a camp because now we will meet today, and then you go explain you what it's a bit, but the people who they do that business.
Okay, why sooner they investigate this matter? Waiting this investigation, they point out now.
Well, they point out say we get bad people in the country. Some people the bad way, they feel say they can make money at all cost, and they feel say and they can dupe people at all cost for let them better. So this is why, at any time you deal with somebody, especially for business, take the greatest precaution. Not also because I look for profit, because no one if they get a huge money, they can't say the tune of 700,000, 800,000, but some man that discount we don't see. You wash for good one. If you wash for good one, then at the end of the day you squash. Like somebody put up, so you wash, you squash.
The head of police media and public relations, Superintendent Brema Kamara, they talk on that interview to Theodore Arena, also they explain, but people way say they don't all way they print fake dollar as they don't not see people on they use fake dollar back in the country.
The program Good Morning Salon continue. We still look at more issue we get for do with police. The head of the media na the Salon Police, Superintendent Brema Kamara, don't say police to arrest the manager for the Diamond Lodge Hotel na Kono. Also, allege say Nadi Mohammed Kamarimba Mansare we go commit sexual penetration of a 15-year-old girl Pekin. Superintendent Brema Kamara talk this inside our interview with Radio Democracy. We able to give update about how far police don't go with this alleged sexual penetration case investigation, where they do pan the chairman and leader for the Alliance Democratic Party, Mohammed Kamarimba. A talk more to we reporter Wani Gauja.
Well, we still carry on with the investigation because so many things are the way we need for settle up you need just take matter to court for the sake of taking matter to court. Now, facts you look for, and those facts you have to transform them into evidence. As I talk to now, we still they on the lookout for more facts so that we go, at the end of it, we go take matter to court. But Kamayemba is still out now at the police custody, whilst we still conduct the investigation.
Most of the sexual penetration cases them where una don they get, most times una they give bail to people if una not get yet some of the facts them we una want. Waiting so special but Kamayemba in case we still una ola una not get bail.
There is nothing special. Kamayemba is just one human being. You know, when normally we get matters where involve minor, you get to look at the severity of the offense. You also get to look at the possibility of the alleged perpetrator for interfere with the witnesses. I mean, look at the stature, look at whether you get the economic might for do one or two things where probably go provide the cause of justice. So there are a number of factors where they consider where they inform you as to how you get for deal with the alleged perpetrator.
So in this case, now what's factor them where una they look at?
The factors are just there. Kamayemba, we all know say Mrs. Saralunian, and it's influential, so to speak, because it belongs to a political party, and we all believe say I should say it gets some economic might.
So because a day na political party or because in a leader of a political party make una no one for and bail?
No, the law not allow for log and bail. Probably that was before we get this amended act. But now that we get this act, the law not allow for log and bail, especially when a minor.
So with the evidence them way una don't get as at now, it's not sufficient for send and go court?
Well, it all depends on waiting somebody go decide. But the law is say he who alleges must prove. If they say now this person do this thing, now we get the responsibility for proof on a court and so we not look for just waiting sufficient, but we look for waiting if we say we meet the threshold. This person commit this offense. So if you get one simple thing where if you say you need for time down before you go, don't just rush taking the matter to court. I cannot conclusively say through the interview say we'll not get them yet or we don't get them because that one will be tantamount to like divulging information you're not supposed to divulge. Okay, but if I divulge now, don't forget Kamayemba himself get people away, we get lawyers.
So what's in the delay the case right now?
The process is investigation are a process. You know, sometimes they do investigation, you get one lead and then they follow that lead. You get one lead and follow that lead.
So
but the process is
now.
We're almost at the tail end for we complete which we do because the side away we say we need for visit, we don't make them visit and other things the way we need for do, whether in host or outside in host, we don't do all the one and then we are moving. So then small side we left now, you don't know how to try for cover up, and then at the end of the day, if it matter for see the light of day in a court, then you go see the light of day in a court.
Okay, so recently the Peking don't give any clue
of course.
Where they point at Kamayemba.
They don't tell you so many things the way if you say get linked to the matter we investigate where the alleged perpetrator now Kamayemba. I know say they take and go to the host and I know say he do some identifications, but the specific identifications I'm not at liberty to say them.
They don't arrest the manager for the Diamond Lodge Hotel who said the alleged saying that they Kamayemba be go with the Peking. Is that true?
Yes, we brought him to town. He's under our custody as of last week Thursday. If in place where they mention don't become a subject of a crime scene, so we need to get enough information from him. So rather make Ubi and come down because the matter is centralized in Africa. So for that, we can clarify some issues. But I didn't check before you did interview me whether it's still in our custody because I never knew you were going to ask me a question on that one.
So what do you get from him basically?
Well, you cannot run a place, especially of that nature, consistently. They track those who come in and those who go out. So that for me is a very good record keeping. But if there are lapses, with now some areas where we fit to say, right, just about the time where they say with the alleged this was the time where this crime allegedly happened here, and we do not have records of that time as to the movement of people in and out of that time. So that one itself sounds very suspicious.
So you say not get record?
You get records, but that time we say for example 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock of so dates. But you get record for up to 150 of that same day. But this 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, you don't get caught for. Then after the 4 o'clock, you get caught again. So that one, we see and say we need for can explain what really happened.
But the Peking day in a very safe hand.
Of course. I mean, we get what you call witness protection. That is part of what we do.
So what are the fate of Kamba-Emba as we speak now?
I'm sure it's in very good hands because the same way how they treat other people and the same way they treat her. So they get access to people when it comes to them, we run for them.
So is there now na CID or is there na Pademba?
A CID for the matter still on investigation. The CID.
So when una plan for charge this matter go court?
When we exhaust all what we look for and then we send go court.
People then don't they link out with politics, say because now a politician make the one for tie them down. So what una they do for fast track and put more effort on this particular case because the public really want for see waiting they go on.
We will continue for do what they do for make sure say we reach at the back of the matter. I don't enough police not look at the individual say because he belong to this color or that color. Now the individual commit and get issue. So public opinion sometimes yes they can influence situations, they can drive the process. But the fact of the matter is if the matter goes to court, say the matter get for go court, you go to court, then police go perform so woefully. And at the same people when they give public opinion from say, hey, police from don't do this for me for not do that. So we've learned our lessons. You don't depend this thing for some time, not to today we campaign. Let's do our homework, let's do it right. So that when whoever we take go to court, if we take and go court, we get conviction. If we not take and go court, we take and go court.
Well, that's at the head of media at the Salon Police. Superintendent Waima Kamara will talk to Wani Gauja inside our interview day for sake of the alleged case of Mohamed Kamba-Emba Osa Ise. Police arrest the manager for the Diamond Lodge Hotel Nakono Osa alleged say Nade Mohamed Kamba-Emba will commit sexual penetration of one 15-year-old girl Pekin and say after they go down with the investigation and go charge this matter go court.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue 7:47 at the time from the studio clock, and we will look at more issues in the program. The lead consultant for the Security and Justice Program, NACODID Salon, Dr. Stephen Kindane, don't say, according to the performance review survey we then do na the Waterloo Police Division, Harbour and Godrich, and the local police partnership board na the 3 division there. Then Fenot say the crime rate na Waterloo reduced from 4,000 every 3 months inside the last year to 500 now. He talked this inside one interview with the Democracy. We called the Salon go present the performance review survey to stakeholder them as them do the survey inside July on the Salon Police and the local partnership board. Cherno Jalo gets more on this
inside
and report.
2019. Coded Salon under the Security and Justice Program been start for the performance review on the Salon Police and the local police partnership board after any 3 months. This review they look how the police they do the work proper one and set forth the relationship between the Salon Police and the local police partnership board. July this year and at the time we Coded Salon completes the second survey for the year 2020. Like all time, this organization can take what them fan out and self-give recommendation to senior police officer them and some member them at the local police partnership board. And as Anongo presents this report for these 3 months to the member here, the lead consultant for the Security and Justice Program, na Coded Salon, Dr. Stephen Kindane say they've been decided for do this na 3 police division them na western area, when na Waterloo, Harbour and Godrich. Usain say, according to this survey, them found out say the crime rate na Waterloo don't reduce from 4,000 to 500. And self-say community people don't they support the Salon Police for reduce crime in their community them.
One of those findings for me that are really very significant is that the police performance has improved a lot, especially in the area of crime management. We have seen that crime in Waterloo particularly has gone down considerably. You know, they used to report the highest number of crime. When we started this program in July 2019, the crime rate in Waterloo was like 4,000. That was at the end of 3 months on July, and we have seen that 1 year after the project, that crime rate has dropped from 4,000 to below 500. But what we are also seeing here is the involvement of the community in policing. We all know that in the past, police work used to be the main preserve of the police. But what we have seen is that communities are now involved in policing.
In continuously doing this survey, and found out say documentation are one big challenge where the Salone police they face pandemic.
We have some problems with documenting. What we want to see in this project is to see every crime being documented from the time they are reported in the crime book to the time they are being investigated and referred either to the Rainbow Center or to the DPP's office and then eventually charged to court and closed. We are interested in that kind of process, but documentation is still a problem.
Dr. Stephen Kindene carry on for talk about why not then 3 division that have been decided for target and self say they go extend this project to the Congo Cross Police Division and 3 other districts them by September.
When we conducted the verification for this project in May 2019, when we got the money, we decided that let us try it in 3 divisions. And then we did another quick survey around the entire western area, and we discovered that Waterloo was top of the crime, in reporting crime. Goderich, the rate of crime is quite low and is constant. And then we also looked at Harbour, highly populated, with a lot of business enterprises going on in that place. So these 3 different communities, they have completely different characteristics. So what we did was to work with these different characteristics and see how they work.
Inside Yoon Talk, the Security and Justice Program Officer for Coded Salone, Abubakar Bangua, begin for talk about the corporate division that you go get if they meet the target where Coded and the Salone police been set.
They give out incentive to the Salone police based on their performance. So we don't move from traditional place like previously they give money for go perform. Now based on the results, and they assess the Salone police and give them incentive. That incentive, how they get the incentive? Now due to indicators. The indicators are the normal routine job of the Salone police. Like let us take, for example, vehicular patrol. We put an target. Say this target na in for meet. We made this target, as you see with the just display, like 300 euros. And the finance is per division per quarter is 5,000 euros.
We immediately talk on behalf of Incompi member them. Now the local police partnership board, the vice chairman for the police partnership board Waterloo division, Mohamed Koma say this security and justice program we Coded Salone they do go help for raise more awareness about community policing. We say community people go support the Salone police for reduce crime. Now then different community them.
Yeah, now because of the inclusiveness of the local policing partnership board. Mind you, this board we get we get the executive, we get the non-executive members, and precisely we get what you call the community safety volunteers, one of the CSVs. We now then also again the help for a patrol for make sure that they're able for shots in terms of people with the intent for commit crime or people who don't commit crime, and for make sure they bring them to the police for investigation.
Mohamed Koma end up say the local police partnership board go work hand in hand with the Salone police for tap the rate at which crime they happen. Now then community for the Society for Radio Democracy. Me, Achengno Jalo, the report.
The program Good Morning Salone, they continue. Send your message or comments to the number 0779819881. We continue to look at more issue inside the program, and now they look at one of the headlines to read them. Outside the president, Dr. Julius Maada Bio asks the National Sport Authority for bring more strategy them we go make young people get interest in sport business. President Bio talk this way the Ministry of Sport go show the board member them na the National Sport Authority. We reporter Wani Gauja get more and go now report.
Inside 2017, Parliament bin pass the National Sport Authority Act, where give power to the Ministry of Sport for form the National Sport Authority as body where replace the National Sports Council. Where this change come about because of the plenty challenge them, where the sports sector don't they get, like forget money for make the player them go represent Salone at any international competition, and for settle the plenty plaba where they pass sports business. Part of the structure them na this authority, na forget board member them where go help address the challenge them where them form and for. Wednesday, August 5th, the Minister of Sports, Ibrahim Nielenke, don't go present them board member to the president and say this National Sport Authority go help plenty young people where go put interest past sports business.
first in the history of Sierra Leone that we are having a National Sport Authority, which has now become an agency and be supervised by the Ministry of Sport. Your Excellency, sir, the uniqueness of this board is that it covers every facet of governance system. It is a very lucrative sporting agency that has the propensity to create more than 1,000 jobs countrywide for the youths. With the caliber of people that you have appointed to constitute the board, that tells you the sky is our limit to develop sport in Sierra Leone.
The Corporate Affairs Department and the National Sport Authority, they in charge for raise fund through corporate institution them, we make the chairman for the board, David Wube, been talk about the plan them where they don't put in place for raise plenty money for boost the sports sector.
I want us to think about the corporate enterprises, betting companies, international partners, the International Olympic Committee, and Olympic Solidarity. I'm very pleased that the president of the National Olympic Committee is here with me because we belong to that family, and we will do everything to ensure adequate funding to facilitate our sportsmen in this country. I also want to renew bilateral cooperation with friendly countries, the German National Olympic Committee, the British Olympic Association, the American Olympic Committee, the Russian Sports Federation, and Cricket Australia, not forgetting our friendly brothers in China who introduced standard table tennis in this country.
A salon population full of young people, where plenty of them engage passport business, make the president, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, call on the National Sport Authority for make sport attractive for create work for young people.
Years ago, Sierra Leone used to be known for its sport prowess in all disciplines. We have great talents, but we need to nurture these talents in Sierra Leone. And I leave that task to you as members of this board to help the sport ministry to actually bring those sports, those talents to the national level, to the requisite level, so that we can compete internationally again. I will tell you for a fact that sports is good, not only because it exposes the country or our youth to many opportunities around the world, but when you do sports, you don't get old very quickly. With the requisite support, which has been requested, under difficult circumstances, of course, we are going to fight and make sure that you get not only the moral support, but also the financial support to be able to move things.
Even though plenty salon people like football and they support them, the president call on the attention of the National Sport Authority not for forget other sports them, as salon get over 30 sports them. For Radio Democracy, me, Nawani Gauja.
The program is still listening to now Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Continue for our voice to Tindem way we discuss on the program this morning, 077-981-981, or go now with Radio Democracy Facebook page. And one for say plenty thank you to management and staff na radio station them where they link with na different parts in the country for ensure so una gets updates anytime we on a day. Plenty thank you to the management na Shalom Radio 89.5 FM na Kwenadugu, Radio Malen 88.5, Radio Wanji na Pujeon District 101.1, Radio Kolenten 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kailaon District, and Voice of Karine 98.0 na Karine District. Plenty thank you to una all way the link we na then different radio station here for ensure say people na different parts of the country get updates on Tindem Radio Democracy the broadcast. We will continue with the program, and now we will take a short commercial break and can talk to the Director of Budget and the Ministry of Finance, we Nata Simaja, Ego Cantor and Gisno. Let me just quickly take a short break.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody elect you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office elect you not get the account number. Buy Ed-Salite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for we boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
Sierra Leone Commercial Bank.
Way for help people the way they do small thing for survive, and then one the way they run place like cinema all for manage their life during COVID-19.
The Anti-Corruption Commission get what say people they go around a Kambulto area now Watalo they take money now people in hand, especially women them for register they forget about 1.5 to 2 million loans.
The Anti-Corruption Commission will make all man know say the money where World Bank and government of Salon they give for help people and then tell me now 1,309,000 loans.
If anybody ask you for money for register you, or if you been don't give money to anybody back, call ACC now 515 or report now the police station where they near you.
Make sure say you not give penny to anybody for register you for get money where World Bank and government of Salon give for help people them during this COVID-19 sick. This message come out from the Anti-Corruption Commission with support from World Bank.
Corruption. The program Good Morning Salon they continue quickly with a look at other issues. The program inside the Minister of Sports Ibrahim Yelenke say the physical contact for sports activity them now that make government still the delay for leave the suspension where they been put for sake of the coronavirus within the country. Ibrahim Yelenke talk this inside one interview to the Democracy after plenty concern we don't come out from sports journalists them, official them and Salon Football Association for make government leave the suspension on sporting activity in the country, especially for the national team member them. Well, he explained more to Musta Kamara inside this interview.
We see all sporting disciplines in the one whole world they come to a standstill because of the COVID-19.
So, no look at Salon in particular in your Ministry of Sports. How COVID impacts the activities them in sport in particular?
Most athletes in this country, sports na their career and sport na their livelihood. COVID not only affect the athletes them, it also affect the ministry as a whole because it make the ministry not able to do nothing except for administrative things the way we do. But activities we get for any sporting discipline in this country up to now as I speak, they on hold.
For somebody where they listen now, like whose achievements you could point at say if not to COVID, the Ministry of Sport for don't reach here for the betterment of sport in a Salon?
I can give you an instance. We can at this country 4 to 5 years. We not see Premier League they play. We come, we bring them back. And this only now the only government this week come under this ministry make sure say we fulfill the president in promise now in manifesto say where he come he go he resuscitate all the sporting disciplines there. And that's what exactly we have done. We not get that sporting discipline we not a one-man show, we get one portfolio, we get international activities now you want to hold the money you chop up. No, we don't really validate them, we don't really make sure say each discipline now get a very vibrant executive.
So how the COVID stop this one movement, the progress we mention of?
You know, we don't the progress, of course. Like we SSF as a ministry, we get a lot of projects them. I believe say if not to be in COVID, I think say we get interested investors that we want can do some infrastructural and recreational facilities for some sporting disciplines in this country.
Okay, now we don't see. You don't mention, say, COVID don't get impact on the athletes and also the Ministry of Sports. Now we still inside COVID, but we don't see them don't lift restriction on plenty of the activities them way government be done slam suspension on. Now athletes them and also people within into sports, don't they call on the Ministry of Sports or government through the Ministry of Sports and the National Sports Authority for ensure say they're able like talk to government and NACOVAC for lift this suspension? How far the ministry don't go with their engagement here?
I see people then they compare the restriction where there is with regards to churches, mosques. You can't compare that. Sport na a physical and a contact activity than today. If we count there in haste for ease all the restrictions and then sport activities, then something can begin crop up within the sporting realm. Say the sports section don't begin get this virus and this that to this is so I know people then will see. So we get for be very careful, we get for be very cautious. What should we do? Then say for the train on behind closed doors. Yes, that's nice, in fact. But we can't compare Sierra Leone and other advanced countries. Them. By and large, this is not a listening government, president they listen, and again, I say this, only the Sierra Leone Football Association were in charge with the responsibility for run football in this country. Now they only don't do an application to the ministry for the attention of the president, where I believe say that document we don't send on to SP if for the president attention.
Before let's have been about.
Then they ask government for ease restriction for the training session of the national teams because we get pending international matches where they come and we need for do that day for the train behind closed doors for prepare the boys and for meet up that competition.
Somebody go say this could be a very good example or case of the Ministry of Sports for put before NACOVAC and the president for ensure say they lift suspension on sport activities them. And you mentioned about also it's a physical contact game. So is that the case? We still see delay in lifting suspension?
No, that's not if you don't do your application, you get for justify them. Why you want for let government ease then restrictions and that's what exactly the religious leaders then do.
For somebody who they listen now, go like for what's the challenge for this lifting or restriction?
The document as I tell you now a day before SP for the attention of the president. When once you read the president will know exactly what he go do. Necessary, all the justifications them. Wait for make them ease then restrictions and it inside that document day.
So when they talk about ease of restriction, you self mentioned say other countries, for example, the players then in a camp. Now we get national team like Leon Stars get game we pending and CAF not tell we it when that game they play. And also we get the other sporting disciplines them get for go Olympic 2020. We like swimming then get for do the training other one them. What's in the Ministry of Sport and them partners them like the NSA they do now for ensure say once they lift suspension on sporting activities, then prepare or then athletes will get on them trainings and then be safe.
We read on that for see how best them go able ease them restrictions because we get Olympic, we get other international assignment that we will get for undertake. So we need to get some of them boys that are prepared, not to only for go participate, but for go compete.
For somebody where they listen now, what's in the hope from you to the sports supporters them say sports they begin back now the country or we get some time before you can start?
I'm very optimistic. Say me president, and not another president but retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, a listening president. Instead, not happy with sport activities and not they go on. But you see, where you get some emergency situations there, I feel say we as a nation get for acceptance now. So it will be as at now. But as I tell you, the president now a very dynamic, a very compassionate president. They listen. When once that document, what he will tell you say we don't send them to the SP for the attention of the president. When once he get hold of them, he go act on it immediately on consultation.
Away from the games they under suspension lifting, we see the Salone Football Association announce some amount of money we come up from CAF and the World Football Governing Body FIFA we now $1.3 million support for football. And we see sectors like the national team where of course somebody will say that's property of the government, then get part of this. What in you as Minister of Sports make up of this support from FIFA and CAF to the Salone Football Association where they don't give to the sectors them where you lead?
I want to say big thank you to FIFA and CAF and by extension to the SLFA for the facilitation. Yeah, this is a very big relief. We appreciate as a government. We want to say boku thank you to them and the money we then share to all the club owners them. Please let them make sure say it reach the least common athletes where they suffer because now they their livelihood day. If you complain and begin come out of that money the way they don't give them, I think say it go create small problem for other sporting disciplines.
Alright, well that's an interview where Musa S. Kamara do as he be talk to Ibrahim Yelenke when the Minister of Sports for sake of concern where people be done the raise or let them go lift the suspension on sporting activity them, but you see the reason we made government not lift the suspension yet are because of the contacts them we can be ban sporting activity them and the coronavirus. They not agree for let people then join together because of the social distancing. The program Good Morning Salone they continue. And don't forget to use for the listen the program can send a message to the number 077981981. At this time now the program I want to welcome the Director of Budget. Now, the Ministry of Finance, Tassima Jah, where they are this morning for council we bought the 2020 supplementary budget where Parliament be approved this BNCM. Good morning again and good morning and welcome to the program, Mr. Jah.
Good morning, 98.1 radio station. Good morning, the people of Sierra Leone.
Well, as I tell you now, Mr. Jah, there this morning for council we bought the supplementary budget where Parliament be approved this BNCM. As where the year been begin, the Ministry of Finance been carried the first budget go for 2020, where it been trillion loans where they be approved for run the country. But normally when they can go middle of the year and see say needed for add pan the budgets where parliament can approve, then can carry go back na parliament waiting and call supplementary budget. And we see usai parliament being agree at the end of July when they carry this budget go, where na been 1.66 trillion news. Parliament be approve women say they agree for and where the year been begin, the minister been talking in speech say if all things go fine and the project say Salon GDP for grow so 4.2% sorry for 2020. But because the coronavirus can at the country, the minister again inside speech indicates say the GDP where them they projected for grow to 4.2%, don't come down to 3.1% because of the coronavirus within the country and the economic activity them will not happen as they been projected for be where the year been start. Well, the supplementary budgets where the minister been carried go na parliament this BNTM where we see the agree for. Now, Mr. Ja there for tell you about this morning. Good morning again, Mr. Ja. I just don't tell listeners them, but the purpose will bring you to the studio this morning. And the supplementary budget, not a secret, say una can carry and go every year for let parliament approve them, so that una go add pan the money where una can get to different MDAs them for run the country. And we cannot say inside the last supplementary budget for 2018, where they been carry and go that same day, when have been 3.7 trillion euros, 21% of them been go to education. And una can get the way how una can break the budget them, una can get for the parliament approve on also now on priority areas of spending and waiting at the amount of money we can go there. We see the coronavirus then at the country, and most of the money now where they can at the country, they go to the fight against coronavirus. So take me through now the supplementary budget, the major thing them where una cover inside the supplementary budget where parliament be not approve.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I want the people that know say supplementary budget, not a new budget. They come on board by law when government don't face challenges, we don't lay budget in parliament at the beginning of the year. Then during implementation, whether drop in revenue or there is a windfall in revenue for other things and we don't get either from the way mining company they don't come, for instance, or even the external donors or external factors we not be foresee, like the COVID. We don't get in 2002 during Pakaban regime, the late, may he rest in peace, will be get HIPIC initiative. So take the supplementary budget to parliament. Then when we get Ebola, we are in not being Australia no more be affected. We not be get better resources and we be get challenges. We also take supplementary budget during a retired president and his Bicroma in time. Now, this other political administration under the leadership of retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Maada Bio, His Excellency, we don't get COVID-19. And we are in within the COVID-19, we are able, with dynamic leadership of the Minister of Finance, Mr. Jacob Jesus Safa, and the entire management of finance, we don't able for mobilize resources for able to fight COVID-19. Even though we have challenges with revenue, they don't drop drastically because now the whole world it don't affect. So now I could take this supplementary budget to parliament, let the people and let them represent the people and let them people and know. Say these are the challenges, but these are the good work there where the government don't do for make sure say they mitigate some of the challenges that we get for face the COVID-19 fight. This now enemy will not see and will not even get bullet for it for killer. So we just the perfect and normal. So that now make we go with this supplementary budget.
We see much of what Inge for do with the budget. They talk about the COVID-19 and how for FETAM and revamp the economy back after the COVID-19. But the theme for the supplementary budget itself talk about saving lives and livelihoods. How this they happen with this particular supplementary budget with Parliament's hungry for?
Yeah. Let me start first with this original budget, where the minister be called and say, improving on the human capital development. Where the slogan is bread and butter. We create everything that at least up to the least man we will get something for it. Now the meaning of bread and butter. Then we get these challenges during the course. After few months, 3 months, this COVID enters Sierra Leone by March. Now, we carry this supplementary budget, a column, save livelihood and save lives. How are we going to save the lives? Now, the COVID-19 will effect for save the lives of the people of Sierra Leone. Then, saving livelihoods. Now, also for ensure, say, the same program that will be put inside the original budget, some activities get for add for ensure, say, the one that say will not get COVID or get COVID, we will be able to keep them going. They're not going to fall below what the government don't make before. And in doing that, what the government been do was that we developed what we call QAP, Quick Action Economic Recovery Program. Straight away, we identify pillars where for ensure, say, in case we get this COVID and it worst, how we will make sure, say, people are not going to be that much worse off. We know, say, everybody challenges go there, but you're not going to be now, say, all man go down the level. So how you able to maintain the average living livelihood of the people? So now the theme of this supplementary budget. And it come up from the programs through the various pillars within the QAP program will make.
Okay, continue for the between at the studio. Well, that are the Director of Budget at the Ministry of Finance, Tassim Ajawi, they tell we about the 2020 government supplementary budget. We'll come back to you. You can give me more updates on the supplementary budget. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. And inside the program now, we go for a break.
Better don't come. A Union Trust Bank again. Union Salon Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Like we savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We branch and they all up but not alone. Boko no kenema, we dey. Kabala mabogo kakambia, we dey. Jala Freetown Loan Sa, we dey. And my 91, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, na salon for me and you. Union Salon Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
Patiently she's walking down the road. What are they running?
Honey, what you go do now for this pikin so? Also go care and go. Because Mr. Musa don't police speaking for week pata.
Just no worry about that. Now that make the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs don't set up the one-stop center. This center na side where you go, where they don't rape you, where you go get all the service them, where you forget. And if you're not able to reach there, you can call na 116 line from any mobile network where you get.
Mina Honorable Manti Tarawali, Mina the Minister for Gender and Children's Affairs. The Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, now get a mandate for tap rate. Now for that reason they we don't put the 116 hotline. That line they open 24 hours and it's free from all mobile network. Anybody experience rape or any sexual violence, call 116 immediately.
So now wait, as they rape you or they rape you pikin, take a 110 at the one-stop center. We get office then at Putloko, Koinadugu, Kailaun, Pujeun, Moyamba, and Western area.
Now the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs bring this message to you.
That's why I listen to my senses.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue, and we will continue to studio guests in Tasima Jah and in the Director of Budget and the Ministry of Finance. And they can tell you about the 2020 supplementary budget where we see this being taken to Parliament for approval. Mr. Jah, before the break, we will talk about the budget in theme when saving lives and livelihood. But when you look back in line with that, we don't see business done the close and social services not on the improve. For this new supplementary budget, I want to make sure say it justify the theme where it go according to, we focus on saving life and livelihood.
Okay. First of all, when the economy depends also on the business activities within the country. So where the business, they know they come in, we all know say border, they don't lock both land, air and sea. So plane not they come in, ship not they come in, as usual, certain once in a month or in every 2 weeks, one ship come.
But before that, will we see exorbitant taxes on business people? We make some major business and be closed down.
No, that is not correct. Before this thing under the QAP program, the Quick Action for Economic Recovery program, they make sure say NI reduce some tax burden on business people. And also government provide some social activity, social safety net for some business areas, and like the tourism, the disabled, the disadvantaged. Then there is a microcredit already going on. But notwithstanding, we also get a negative impact on the revenue. The revenue declined by 1.1 trillion. About that, you understand? Because of their business, they say we close. Then also, because of the good work of this government and the confidence that international donors get in the current government, they're able to give 1.19 trillion of grants for let governments work on these COVID-19 challenges, of which the debt relief only way them give it for law because we get debt that they pay outside now 242.9 billion. And the budget support alone, way for help cushion with budget, now 936.3 billion. So, because of this, government looks say, with the leadership of we able minister, Jacob Jurosu Safa, and his two dynamic deputies and the leadership and all staff of Ministry of Finance, we look within the core program and identify key areas now where is urgently needed, where for able sustain the lives of the people. And some of these areas, if I can highlight them, include what? We transfer to the national COVID virus when I really not the major thing, that is NACOVID. We able give them additional of, they not be get budget. In regional will be the mail, will not be no say COVID they come. So when this secretary don't create, we able give them 275.5 billion already for COVID activities as we go around by the end of the year. And we hope say this enemy will destroy them before December 2020.
The COVID.
Then we created areas of this level, social safety net, payment to state-owned enterprises. As they say, you understand? We get cash transfers and food assistance. When we get additional, then we get small thing they will be 3 billion, now we increase to 15 billion. So the additional from the supplementary budget was 12 billion. Then we get small and medium enterprises. We get social safety net for support to tourism and hotels. Then say original will not be budget for them, but we don't give them 20 billion. Among all things, food production day, tree planting day for the youth, job creation day. We support also the mortuaries. We don't say with COVID-19, you know they move body for camp from one district to another so easily. So the mortuary alone, we don't try forgive them 16.4 billion. This is the first time where any government with my 25 to 6 years in government service, I don't work for all the democratic government starting from the unity. We don't provide for mortuary, no more say this na mortuary, nobody no for torture. Because with Diamond say get for respect Diamond.
Mr. Joy, you don't explain, you don't talk about boku billion of loans them where you say when I don't disburse already. But also people can go be interested for let you explain to them again the millions of dollars again we don't come from we partners them. IMF be don't give $143 million. We G7 countries them support Binka again $9.7 million.